The story of M&Ms begins during one of the most tumultuous periods in modern history, World War II. In 1941, Forrest Mars Sr., son of Mars Inc.'s founder, drew inspiration from a fascinating source: British soldiers. These soldiers were consuming candies coated in hard shells, which kept the chocolate from melting in the intense heat of war zones. Mars saw an opportunity to replicate and perfect this idea, aiming to create a durable treat that could withstand extreme conditions. He joined forces with Bruce Murray, the son of Hershey's president, to bring this vision to life. Together, they developed a chocolate candy that combined convenience and resilience, naming it M&Ms, a nod to their partnership, Mars and Murray. Initially, M&Ms were sold exclusively to the U.S. military, providing soldiers with a portable taste of home. As the war ended, the candies made their way to civilians, quickly gaining popularity. In 1954, the catchy slogan, "Melts in your mouth, not in your hand," was introduced, emphasizing the product's unique appeal. The slogan not only captured the candy's essence, but also helped cement its place in confectionery history. The heart of every M&M is its chocolate core, made from cocoa beans grown in some of the most fertile regions of the world. Mars Inc. is deeply committed to sourcing cocoa responsibly. Partnering with farms, these regions produce high-quality cocoa while adhering to sustainable farming practices. The process begins with farmers cultivating cocoa trees, which thrive in humid tropical climates. Once the pods ripen to a golden orange hue, they are harvested by hand, a meticulous process that ensures only the best beans are selected. After the beans are extracted, they are fermented and sun-dried for several days to develop their deep, rich flavors. Mars collaborates with local farmers, offering training in sustainable practices like intercropping, which allows them to grow other crops alongside cocoa, boosting biodiversity. This approach not only enhances the soil, but also provides additional income streams for the farmers, ensuring a sustainable livelihood. Upon arriving at the factory, the dried cocoa beans begin their transformation. First, the beans are cleaned to remove any impurities, such as dust or debris. Next, they are roasted in large, specialized ovens, a crucial step that brings out their signature chocolate aroma and flavor. The roasting temperature and duration are carefully controlled depending on the bean type and desired flavor profile. After roasting, the beans are cracked open to separate the nibs from the shells. The nibs are then ground into a thick, rich paste known as cocoa liquor. This is the essence of chocolate, a blend of cocoa solids and cocoa butter. The cocoa liquor is refined further, heated to a velvety consistency at temperatures between 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. This process ensures a smooth, creamy texture, ready to be crafted into the delicious chocolate cores of M&Ms. The next stage in the journey involves transforming the liquid chocolate into solid centers. The molten chocolate is poured into molds, which are designed to create uniform, pellet-shaped cores. Precision is key here, as every core must meet strict size and weight specifications to ensure consistent quality. Once molded, the chocolate cores are cooled in a specially designed chamber that gradually lowers their temperature. This controlled cooling process helps the chocolate set properly, giving it the perfect texture, solid yet delightfully crunchy when bitten into. The cores are now ready for their sugary makeover. This step marks the beginning of what makes M&Ms truly unique, their colorful, crunchy shells. The chocolate centers are transferred into large, rotating drums, a technique known as panning. Inside these drums, the centers are showered with a liquid sugar solution that forms the first layer of the shell. Layer by layer, the sugar coating is built up over several hours. After each application, the candies are air-dried to ensure a smooth and even shell. This meticulous process results in a protective barrier that prevents the chocolate from melting and provides the signature crunch that fans love. Once the sugar shells are complete, it's time to bring them to life with color. The candies are sprayed with food-grade dyes in various vibrant shades: red, yellow, blue, green, brown, and orange. As they tumble in the rotating drums, the dyes are evenly distributed, creating a consistent hue on every piece. Color is more than just visual appeal, it's a part of the M&M experience. Each color is carefully formulated and tested to comply with stringent FDA regulations, ensuring they are safe for consumption. These bright hues make M&Ms instantly recognizable and visually delightful. To achieve their signature glossy finish, the candies undergo a polishing process. A thin layer of edible wax is applied as the M&Ms continue to spin in the drums. This step not only enhances their visual appeal, but also provides an additional layer of protection, keeping the candies fresh for longer. The polishing stage gives M&Ms their smooth, reflective surface, making them as enjoyable to look at as they are to eat. The white M printed on each candy is a hallmark of the M&M brand. This step involves a high-speed offset printing process. The candies pass under rubber stamps that gently imprint the logo without damaging the fragile sugar shell. Printing machines operate at lightning speed, stamping millions of M&Ms per hour. This tiny detail adds a personal touch to each candy, reminding consumers they're enjoying a product with a rich heritage. Before packaging, every batch of M&Ms undergoes rigorous quality checks. Advanced optical scanners meticulously inspect each candy for defects in size, shape, or printing. Any candy that doesn't meet the high standards is removed from the production line. Human inspectors also play a role, performing random checks to ensure the candy's texture, taste, and appearance are flawless. This commitment to quality ensures that every bag of M&Ms offers a perfect snacking experience. With quality assured, the M&Ms move to the packaging stage. High-speed machines funnel the candies into various package sizes, from single-serving pouches to large family bags. Each package is sealed to maintain freshness and labeled with nutritional information. The packaging is designed for convenience and durability, ensuring the candies stay intact and delicious during transportation and storage. For large-scale operations, M&Ms are also packed in bulk. These cartons and crates hold hundreds of individual packages, ready for shipment to supermarkets, vending machines, and retail stores worldwide. The bulk packaging process includes another round of inspections to ensure every box is properly sealed and ready to handle the rigors of global distribution. Sustainability in the Factory Mars Inc. is a leader in sustainable manufacturing, and the M&M's factories are no exception. Solar panels, energy-efficient machinery, and water recycling systems help reduce the environmental impact of production. Packaging materials are sourced responsibly with a focus on reducing plastic waste. Employees are trained in eco-friendly practices, creating a culture of sustainability within the company. From their humble beginnings, M&Ms have grown into a global phenomenon. Factories in the US, Europe, and Asia produce millions of M&Ms daily, ensuring fans around the world can enjoy the same high-quality product. Special promotions and seasonal packs further expand the brand's reach, making M&Ms a staple in homes, offices, and celebrations worldwide. M&M's innovations and special editions. Mars Inc. continually reinvents M&Ms to keep the brand fresh and exciting. New flavors such as peanut butter, caramel, and pretzel cater to diverse tastes. Limited edition packs celebrate holidays, events, and pop culture collaborations, keeping fans engaged. These innovations reflect the brand's dedication to staying ahead of consumer trends while honoring its classic appeal. From a wartime invention to a beloved global treat, M&Ms have carved out a unique place in candy history. Each piece represents a blend of tradition, innovation, and sustainability.
Has this thought ever crossed your mind how Häagen-Dazs, one of the world's best ice cream brands, turned a simple scoop of ice cream into a symbol of global luxury? It all started in the 1960s with Ruben Mattis, a visionary who dreamed of creating the world's finest ice cream. Armed with premium ingredients like Madagascar vanilla and Belgian chocolate, he crafted flavors that redefined indulgence. The made-up name Häagen-Dazs added a European flair, and soon what began as a small family venture grew into a worldwide phenomenon. But what's the secret behind its unmatched quality and success? Let's uncover the fascinating journey of this iconic brand. The story begins in the 1960s with Ruben Mattis, a visionary entrepreneur who believed ice cream could be so much more than a simple treat. Born to a family of Polish immigrants, Ruben worked tirelessly in his parents' small dairy business, learning the value of quality and hard work. Determined to create something exceptional, he developed a premium line of ice cream using only the finest ingredients. To give his brand an air of European sophistication, he coined the name Häagen-Dazs, a term without any literal meaning but rich in cultural allure. The first flavors, vanilla, chocolate, and coffee, quickly became a hit, setting the stage for a brand that would revolutionize the ice cream industry. This innovative approach marked the beginning of a legacy. Häagen-Dazs didn't just sell ice cream, it sold an experience, carving its place as a pioneer in the luxury dessert market. In this video, we'll take you inside the state-of-the-art facilities where Häagen-Dazs ice cream is produced on a massive scale. These mega factories combine cutting-edge technology with time-honored traditions to craft the perfect pint every time. From the meticulous selection of ingredients to the precise packaging process, every step is designed for excellence. Imagine thousands of gallons of ice cream being churned and packed every hour, each batch maintaining the brand's signature richness and flavor. Thanks to AI-driven systems, these factories operate with remarkable efficiency, ensuring that every pint of Häagen-Dazs delivers the same luxurious experience. These facilities highlight the brand's commitment to precision and consistency, showing how technology and tradition come together to create an iconic product. Häagen-Dazs is committed to using only the best ingredients, sourcing vanilla from Madagascar, cocoa from South America, and milk from local dairy farms. Each ingredient undergoes rigorous quality checks to ensure it meets the brand's high standards. The milk, for instance, is sourced from cows raised on sustainable farms, ensuring freshness and purity. The vanilla beans are hand-picked, and the cocoa is carefully fermented and roasted to bring out its full flavor profile. AI technology plays a crucial role here, analyzing each batch of raw materials for consistency and quality. This commitment to sourcing the finest ingredients is what gives Häagen-Dazs its unparalleled taste. Every step from the farm to the factory reflects the brand's dedication to excellence and sustainability, ensuring each pint is a masterpiece. It all starts with the base, a simple yet perfect blend of cream, milk, sugar, and egg yolks. This mixture is heated to just the right temperature to achieve a smooth, velvety consistency. AI-controlled machines monitor the heating process, ensuring the mixture is pasteurized without losing its natural richness. Once prepared, the base is cooled rapidly to lock in its creamy texture, forming the foundation for all Häagen-Dazs flavors. This base is what gives the ice cream its characteristic richness and smooth mouthfeel, setting it apart from other brands. The careful crafting of this base ensures a consistent quality that has become synonymous with Häagen-Dazs, forming the bedrock of its luxurious taste. The next step is flavoring. Whether it's Madagascar vanilla, Belgian chocolate, or fresh strawberries, each ingredient is carefully measured and mixed into the base. Advanced mixing machines ensure the flavors are evenly distributed, creating a consistent taste in every pint. For fruit-based flavors, real fruit purees are used, while chocolate and the nut flavors are made with premium ingredients sourced from around the world. This attention to detail ensures that each flavor maintains its unique identity while meeting the high standards Häagen-Dazs is known for. The flavoring process transforms the already luxurious base into a symphony of tastes, allowing each pint to deliver an exceptional sensory experience. Once the flavors are added, the mixture goes through a churning process that incorporates just the right amount of air. Unlike other ice creams, Häagen-Dazs has minimal overrun, meaning it contains less air and more ice cream, resulting in a denser, creamier product. AI-driven machines regulate the churning speed and freezing temperatures to achieve the perfect texture. The ice cream is then flash frozen to lock in its fresh, creamy consistency. This rapid freezing process prevents the formation of large ice crystals, ensuring a smooth and luxurious texture in every bite. The result is a decadent dessert that offers an indulgent experience, bite after bite. For flavors like cookies and cream or dulce de leche, additional ingredients are folded in during the final stages of production. Cookies are crushed and blended, caramel swirls are added, and chocolate chips are gently mixed to create that perfect balance of textures. High-precision machines ensure these mix-ins are evenly distributed, so every scoop is packed with delicious surprises. This stage requires careful timing and precision, as even a slight variation could affect the final product's quality. It's the mix-ins and swirls that give certain Häagen-Dazs flavors their unique character, providing delightful surprises in every spoonful. Before the ice cream is packaged, it undergoes a series of quality checks. AI-powered cameras scan for any inconsistencies in texture, color, or distribution of mix-ins. Any batch that doesn't meet the strict standards is set aside for further inspection. In addition, taste tests are conducted to ensure the flavors are perfectly balanced. This rigorous quality control process guarantees that only the best pints make it to store shelves. It's this dedication to perfection that has earned Häagen-Dazs its reputation for excellence. Each pint reflects the brand's unwavering commitment to providing a superior ice cream experience. Once the ice cream passes quality checks, it moves on to packaging. Robotic arms fill each pint with precision, ensuring the exact amount of ice cream is packed into every container. The pints are then sealed with airtight lids and labeled with Häagen-Dazs iconic branding. Dates and batch codes are printed to ensure traceability and freshness. The packaging process is designed to be both efficient and hygienic, minimizing human contact to uphold the highest standards of cleanliness. The visually appealing pints are not just containers, but a promise of the premium experience awaiting inside. The packaged pints are then grouped into cartons, sealed, and labeled for shipment. These cartons are stored in massive freezers, where the temperature is carefully controlled to keep the ice cream in perfect condition. AI systems monitor the storage environment, ensuring consistent temperatures and humidity levels. The cartons are stacked efficiently to maximize space and prepare for distribution. From here, the ice cream is ready to be shipped across the globe, ensuring it arrives fresh and ready to delight customers. This step ensures that Häagen-Dazs ice cream reaches its destination in pristine condition, maintaining the quality customers expect. Häagen-Dazs operates a sophisticated logistics network to deliver ice cream to stores, restaurants, and homes worldwide. AI-driven systems optimize delivery routes, reducing transit time and maintaining product freshness. Trucks equipped with advanced refrigeration systems ensure the ice cream stays frozen during transit. This complex distribution network allows Häagen-Dazs to meet the high demand while minimizing its environmental impact. Every pint that reaches the consumer embodies a seamless coordination of technology and logistics, ensuring freshness and quality in every scoop. Häagen-Dazs is committed to sustainability, implementing eco-friendly practices throughout its production and distribution processes. From using renewable energy in factories to reducing plastic waste in packaging, the brand is constantly looking for ways to minimize its environmental footprint. AI systems track energy usage and waste management, helping the company achieve its sustainability goals. This commitment ensures that Häagen-Dazs not only delivers exceptional ice cream, but also contributes to a healthier planet. The brand's dedication to sustainability reflects its vision for a better future, ensuring that indulgence doesn't come at the expense of the environment. With millions of pints sold annually, Häagen-Dazs factories operate around the clock to keep up with global demand. The brand's ability to scale production while maintaining its premium quality is a testament to its innovative manufacturing processes. Whether it's for a cozy night in or a grand celebration, Häagen-Dazs remains a top choice for ice cream lovers around the world. Their commitment to quality, innovation, and customer satisfaction ensures that the brand continues to thrive in the competitive ice cream market, setting a benchmark for others to follow. Today, we're going behind the scenes, from the farms where it all starts to the high-tech factory where every bottle is crafted to perfection. Curious? Hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the surprisingly complex process behind the world's favorite chocolate syrup. Creating the perfect chocolate syrup doesn't start in the factory. It starts at the source, deep in tropical regions where cocoa trees flourish. Only the highest quality beans make the cut, hand-picked from sustainable farms where farmers use time-tested techniques passed down through generations. These beans aren't just any beans. They're selected with an emphasis on flavor, quality, and ethical sourcing. Imagine farmers meticulously examining each cocoa pod, ensuring that only the ripest and most flavorful beans are chosen. This commitment to quality and fair trade means that every bottle of syrup you enjoy is rooted in sustainable practices, benefiting communities as well as the environment. Once the precious cargo arrives at the factory, it doesn't just go straight to production. No, the beans undergo an intense cleaning and sorting process. Specialized machines meticulously remove any dirt, debris, or unfit beans. Picture a conveyor belt lined with cocoa beans, where advanced scanners and sorting machines detect and discard any impurities or defects. This stage is crucial because even a single imperfect bean could disrupt the delicate flavor balance. Each bean is examined, cleaned, and sorted with precision, setting the stage for the rich, smooth chocolate flavor we all love. Now it's time to unlock the true essence of the cocoa bean: roasting. The beans are placed in industrial-grade roasters where temperature and timing are meticulously controlled. Roasting is a fine art, requiring a delicate balance to bring out the bean's natural flavors without burning away its richness. The beans are roasted until they reach that perfect shade of brown, releasing intoxicating aromas that fill the factory air. This process develops the bean's natural flavor compounds, creating the distinct chocolatey richness that defines the syrup. Skilled technicians closely monitor each roast, adjusting for factors like humidity and bean size to ensure each batch is just right. With the beans perfectly roasted, it's time for breaking and winnowing. This step separates the precious cocoa nibs from the outer shells. Specialized machinery cracks the beans, and high-speed air streams blow away the lighter shells, leaving behind only the dense, flavor-packed nibs. Imagine each bean being gently cracked open, releasing the nibs that hold the core flavor. These nibs are like little nuggets of pure chocolate potential, and they're about to be transformed into something extraordinary. The nibs now move to the grinding phase where they're crushed and ground into a thick, velvety paste known as cocoa liquor. Don't be fooled by the term. There's no alcohol here. Instead, cocoa liquor is pure, liquid chocolate in its most concentrated form. Industrial grinders work tirelessly to crush every nib, turning it into an ultra-smooth paste that will serve as the base for the syrup. The machinery used in this stage is engineered to grind the nibs to an exceptionally fine consistency, ensuring that every particle is as smooth as silk. This cocoa liquor captures the essence of chocolate, dense and rich, ready to be refined even further. Here's where the cocoa liquor is transformed further. Through a process called pressing, the cocoa liquor is divided into cocoa butter and cocoa solids. Think of cocoa butter as the silky, fatty part, while the cocoa solids hold the intense chocolate flavor. By balancing the two, the factory can control the texture and richness of the final product. Separating these components is a delicate process, but it's essential to achieve that perfect blend of smoothness and chocolatey intensity that's unique to the syrup. With the cocoa components ready, it's time to add the ingredients that make this syrup so irresistible: milk and sugar. In large vats, the cocoa solids are combined with milk powder and a precisely measured amount of sugar. This blending stage is no simple mix. It's a carefully calibrated process that ensures each ingredient melds together seamlessly. The milk gives the syrup a creamy base, while the sugar sweetens it just enough to create that satisfying flavor. These ingredients are combined in exact ratios, achieving the same perfect taste in every single bottle. Of course, there's a special twist to this recipe, a blend of secret ingredients that give the syrup its iconic taste. These ingredients are closely guarded, known only to a select few within the company. Each element in this secret mix has been carefully chosen to enhance the chocolate flavor, adding subtle notes that make every drizzle unforgettable. It's these secret ingredients that set this syrup apart, creating a unique flavor profile that's instantly recognizable. Next up is refining. The chocolate mixture goes through a refining process where it's broken down even further, removing any remaining particles that could affect its smoothness. Imagine huge rollers, pressing and refining the mixture until every last bit of grittiness is smoothed out. This step is critical to achieving that silky, luxurious texture that pours effortlessly, coating every scoop of ice cream or stack of pancakes. This refined mixture is a far cry from the raw cocoa nibs we started with, having been transformed into a creamy, flowing chocolate base. The refined chocolate mixture now moves on to a process called conching, a key step in developing flavor. Conching involves kneading the chocolate in a large machine for hours on end. This slow and steady movement brings out the depth of the chocolate's flavor while eliminating any unwanted bitterness. Think of it as coaxing the best characteristics out of the chocolate, enhancing its sweetness, richness, and aroma. This conching process is what gives the syrup its smooth, intense chocolate profile, ensuring each spoonful is filled with deep, complex flavors. Tempering follows conching, creating a consistent texture throughout the syrup. The chocolate is carefully heated and cooled in a controlled environment, stabilizing the mixture and ensuring it retains its glossy, smooth appearance. Tempering also helps the syrup pour perfectly without separating, maintaining that luxurious, velvety finish we expect. The result is a syrup that's rich, thick, and always ready to add a touch of chocolate magic to whatever it touches. At this stage, the syrup undergoes pasteurization to ensure it's safe for consumption. Pasteurization heats the mixture to kill any potential bacteria without altering the flavor or texture. This crucial step ensures that every bottle is not only delicious, but also safe, giving you peace of mind with every pour. Pasteurization is part of the brand's commitment to quality and safety, meeting the highest standards to deliver a product you can trust. Now comes homogenizing, which gives the syrup that signature thickness. The syrup is run through special equipment that stabilizes all the ingredients, preventing any separation and creating a perfectly even texture. Homogenizing ensures that each bottle has that thick, pourable consistency that flows smoothly, perfect for topping desserts or blending into drinks. After homogenizing, the syrup is gradually cooled to lock in its texture and prevent any separation over time. This careful cooling process stabilizes the syrup so it stays thick and creamy even after weeks in your pantry. This cooling step ensures that every bottle you open is just as rich and creamy as the first. With the syrup finally ready, it's time for bottling. Using high-tech filling machines, each bottle is filled with the exact amount of syrup. Precision is key here, as every bottle needs to have the same amount, ensuring consistency across every batch. This filling process is a spectacle of efficiency and accuracy, minimizing waste and guaranteeing that every bottle reaches you in perfect condition. As soon as each bottle is filled, it's sealed tightly to preserve freshness. The iconic label is added, a promise of the quality inside. Every detail, from the seal to the branding, is designed to ensure the syrup stays fresh and appealing until it reaches your kitchen. Before the bottles leave the factory, they undergo strict quality control checks. Teams of experts taste test, inspect, and verify each batch to ensure that it meets the highest standards. This attention to detail means that every bottle of syrup you enjoy has passed rigorous checks for taste, texture, and appearance. Finally, the bottles are packed in eco-friendly boxes, ready to be shipped to stores worldwide. From the factory to the shelves, each bottle is carefully handled, so it arrives fresh and ready to enjoy. It's a journey of thousands of miles, delivering chocolatey goodness to households everywhere. This brand doesn't just focus on quality, they're also committed to sustainability. From recyclable packaging to ethically sourced cocoa, they're dedicated to reducing their environmental footprint. Every bottle represents a commitment to responsible production and sustainable practices.
Ever wondered what it takes to make the iconic hamburger? Whether it's sizzling on the backyard grill or part of your favorite fast food meal, hamburgers are one of the most beloved foods in America. But behind every perfect bite, there's an incredible journey that begins long before the patty hits the bun. In this video, we're taking you behind the scenes to show you how your favorite burgers are mass-produced in a factory. From raw beef to a sizzling patty, crispy lettuce, and those fluffy golden buns, you'll see just how amazing food processing machines and technology work together to create America's most popular sandwich. Trust me, it's not just about beef, it's a science of its own. Before we dive in, if you're a fan of seeing how your food is made, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe so you never miss a bite of the action. The origins of the hamburger. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of how hamburgers are made in factories, let's take a step back and look at where it all began. You may be surprised to know that the history of the hamburger stretches back to the late 19th century. Though hamburgers are a quintessential American food, their origins can be traced to German immigrants who brought their culinary traditions to the U.S. The term hamburger comes from the German city of Hamburg, known for its seasoned, minced beef patties. But it wasn't until American ingenuity met the mass production needs of the 20th century that hamburgers became what they are today. Popularized in the early 1900s by fast food pioneers like White Castle and later McDonald's, the hamburger quickly became an American icon. Fast food revolutionized how we think about hamburgers, turning them from a homemade delicacy into a product that could be mass-produced for millions to enjoy daily. Today, factories across the U.S. churn out millions of hamburgers a day, using cutting-edge technology to ensure consistency, flavor, and speed. The ingredients: farm to factory. Now, let's break down the core of any good burger, the ingredients. It all starts with the beef, which usually comes from farms across the country. These farms raise cattle specifically for food processing, and the process of transforming this raw beef into a factory-made hamburger begins here. Once the cattle are processed, the beef is transported to food processing factories, where it's inspected for quality by the USDA. Only the highest quality beef makes it through, as these factories are required to meet strict standards to ensure that the final product is safe and delicious. Inside the factory, the beef is cut into manageable portions, and the trimming process begins. This is where excess fat and bone are removed, leaving only the lean meat that will be ground down into the perfect hamburger patty. To give the burgers their signature flavor, seasoning like salt, pepper, and other spices are mixed into the meat using massive food processing machines that can handle thousands of pounds of beef at a time. Grinding and shaping the patties. After the beef is seasoned, the next step is grinding. Large grinding machines transform the seasoned beef into a fine mixture, perfect for forming hamburger patties. Unlike your home kitchen, where you might use a small meat grinder, factory food processing machines are designed to grind hundreds of pounds of meat every minute. These machines ensure that every batch of ground beef is consistent in texture and flavor. Once the meat is finely ground, it's time to form the patties. The ground beef moves down a conveyor belt and into a patty-forming machine. This incredible piece of machinery automatically divides the ground beef into perfectly sized portions and presses them into uniform, circular patties. Each patty weighs exactly the same, typically around 4 to 6 ounces, ensuring that the cooking process will be consistent across the board. It's a well-oiled system, literally. These machines are designed to function efficiently, producing hundreds of burger patties every minute, and because of their speed and precision, the hamburgers you eat from fast food chains or buy at the grocery store will always be the same, every single time. Now that the patties are formed, it's time for what many consider the best part, the cooking. But how do factories cook thousands of burgers so quickly without sacrificing flavor or juiciness? The answer lies in the sophisticated grilling equipment used in food factories. The patties travel through what's called a grill zone, a large conveyor belt with industrial-sized grills underneath. These grills mimic the backyard grilling experience, but on a much larger scale. The patties are seared on high heat to lock in the juices, giving them that delicious, crispy outer layer that burger lovers crave. To ensure even cooking, the patties pass through different process zones. These are stages where the cooking temperature is controlled, ensuring the meat cooks thoroughly while still retaining its moisture. As the patties sizzle away, a steam system may be employed to help keep the burgers juicy. In some factories, a secondary cooking process takes place where the patties are lightly steamed to ensure that every bite is moist and flavorful. Cooling and packaging the patties. Once the patties are fully cooked, they need to cool down quickly to maintain freshness and prevent bacterial growth. In the cooling zone, conveyor belts carry the patties through a temperature-controlled area where they cool rapidly but evenly. It's a crucial step. Too fast, and the burgers dry out. Too slow, and they could spoil. Next comes the packaging process. Using advanced food processing technology, each patty is placed into airtight packaging to preserve its freshness. This ensures that the burger you eventually eat will taste just as good as the moment it came off the grill. Modern packaging machines are a marvel of efficiency, capable of sealing hundreds of patties per minute. And let's not forget labeling. Each package is labeled with the necessary nutritional information, the date it was packaged, and a lot number for tracking. These steps are essential to maintaining food safety standards, ensuring that consumers can trust the product they're purchasing. The buns, from dough to oven. A burger isn't complete without the bun, right? After all, it's what holds everything together. In hamburger factories, bun making is a whole process in itself. It starts with the dough, which is prepared in massive mixing machines capable of handling hundreds of pounds of ingredients at once. The dough is mixed with yeast, flour, sugar, and water to form the perfect burger bun base. Once the dough is mixed, it's portioned into individual bun shapes by, you guessed it, another food processing machine. These dough portions are placed on large baking sheets and sent down the line into enormous ovens that bake thousands of buns in a single batch. Each bun is baked to golden perfection, ensuring it's fluffy on the inside but sturdy enough to hold that juicy patty without falling apart. After baking, the buns go through a quick cooling process similar to the patties before they're packaged and sent off to meet their beefy counterparts. Assembly, putting it all together. Now comes the fun part, putting the entire hamburger together. This step is all about automation. The patties and buns are brought together on an assembly line, where machines carefully place the patties onto the buns. If the burger is being made for a fast food chain, machines will also add toppings like lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Condiments like ketchup and mustard are applied using precision nozzles, ensuring just the right amount of sauce goes on each burger. The finished burgers are then wrapped or boxed ready for distribution. This highly efficient assembly process allows factories to produce thousands of hamburgers in a short amount of time, all while maintaining consistency and quality. Final packaging and distribution. With the hamburgers assembled and ready, they're packaged for distribution. Large packaging machines place the burgers in boxes or wrappers, which are then sealed to keep them fresh during transport. Factories often use special packaging designed to keep the burgers warm, especially if they're being delivered directly to fast food restaurants. From there, the burgers are loaded onto refrigerated trucks and distributed across the country. Whether they're heading to fast food chains, grocery stores, or even school cafeterias, these burgers are kept at the perfect temperature to ensure they're fresh and ready to enjoy by the time they reach the consumer. So, there you have it. From farm to factory, we've taken a deep dive into how hamburgers are made, revealing the incredible technology and machines that make it possible to produce millions of hamburgers every day. From the grinding of the beef to the perfect baking of the buns, this process is a well-oiled machine, just like the burgers themselves. If you're loving these behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite foods are made, don't forget to subscribe for more. Drop us a comment about what food you'd like to see next. Innovations in hamburger production. Now, let's talk a little about some of the innovations happening in the world of hamburger production. As more consumers become interested in health and sustainability, factories are evolving to meet those demands. For instance, AI and automation are now being used to improve quality control and reduce food waste in factories. These advanced systems monitor everything from ingredient quality to the exact temperature of the grills. And let's not forget about the rise of plant-based burgers, which are becoming more popular in the market. Factories are adapting their processes to produce alternatives like veggie burgers, using the same high-tech machinery to ensure they taste just as good as the real thing. Thanks for joining us on this burger-filled journey. If you enjoyed seeing how hamburgers are made, be sure to give this video a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Food Factory content. We'll catch you in the next one.